This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
The city of St. Louis is moving forward with a plan for a guaranteed basic income. Good evening. Thank you for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The pilot program would provide qualified families with $500 a month. Political editor Mark Maxwell is here with new details, including the billionaire with St. Louis roots who's now involved. Mark?
That's right. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey is putting up $1 million to expand the city's rollout of this guaranteed basic income. That means the city can now afford to offer the new benefit to 100 more families, bringing that total number up to roughly 540 families in the city. The mayor and city treasurer rolled out the pilot program during a virtual video conference this morning.
Investing directly in people works.
Mayor Tashara Jones urged parents with kids in St. Louis public or charter schools to sign up for a guaranteed basic income. The pilot program is modeled after a pandemic-era benefit the city handed out in direct cash assistance.
Our families overwhelmingly spent these funds on essentials like groceries and transportation.
We went to City Hall to meet with Treasurer Adam Lane. His office will manage the program and assist roughly 540 families access the money through a bank card.
So this will be a PIN-protected debit card with $500 on it, and that will be reloaded every single month, so it'll automatically go onto that card so that they can spend the money as they need to.
Families selected for the pilot program will receive more than just a monthly cash payout. The city contracted with a vendor named Mocafy to help people in poverty overcome obstacles they might face in the banking industry.
Access to the banks has been tough with minimum checking account balances, folks just not being able to get banked or being kicked out of a bank because of overdraft fees. And Mocafy really solves this by not only allowing folks to have bank accounts that are fee-free, but also connect them to resources.
Before billionaire Jack Dorsey kicked in $1 million, the first pot of money came from federal pandemic funds under the American Rescue Plan. Only one alderman voted against it, expressing concerns about where the public money would ultimately end up. What would you say to someone who says this is buying votes?
Yeah, so I would say we have so many issues in our city. And we know that money doesn't solve every problem, but being able to get people to the next step does make our region a better place. And when we have a region like St. Louis where there are folks who are leaving every day or don't feel like the region is investing in them or they can move forward economically in this region, to be able to put something like this in place, regardless of who does it, I think is a benefit.
The official registration window opens Monday, October 23rd. Parents with kids in city schools can sign up now for advanced notifications. We have a link up explaining how to do that on KSDK.com. Oh, and researchers at WashU, they'll monitor the data to study the program itself, but we're told they won't see your specific line item purchases, just the general expense categories.
Mark, thanks. We're continuing to follow the developments in the Middle East.
Israeli warplanes are hammering the Gaza Strip right now. It's in retaliation for the deadly weekend attack by Hamas militants. As of now, the war has claimed at least 1,900 lives on both sides and is expected to escalate. President Biden confirms Americans are among the hostages being held by Hamas. 14 Americans have been killed.
We must be crystal clear. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel. The loss of innocent life is heartbreaking. Like every nation in the world, Israel has the right to respond, indeed has a duty to respond to these vicious attacks.
The president says he intends to ask Congress to approve more funding for Israel, and he made no call for restraint by Israel. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is showing support for Israel as well. Speaking at a solidarity event in Chicago, he drew distinctions between Hamas and the Palestinian civilians who live in Gaza.
To anyone who thinks otherwise, let me be clear. There are many peace-loving Palestinians and we must honor them, but Hamas is a terrorist organization, an army of murderers backed by Iran. Their mask has been removed.
An Illinois couple in Israel is desperate to get home. Their daughter is working diligently to make sure her parents return safely. Our Justina Coronel spoke with her just a few hours ago, and she has details. Justina?
So Jenny wrote Beck said she's talking to her parents through WhatsApp, trying to make sure they're okay. Now, they've been in Tel Aviv since Friday, and now they can't get out. While these are uncertain times, she says she has clarity. Her mission now is to get them home to Godfrey.
I just want to run.
A daughter's desperation turned into determination.
And I'm just ready to come home.
Yep. Well, we're trying everything we can.
Jenny Beck's phone is a lifeline now as her parents are stranded in Israel. Danny and Carmen Rowe document the destruction in Tel Aviv. What was supposed to be a spiritual journey with church groups turned into war.
They've actually been on this trip before and they enjoyed it so much they wanted to do it again. They're very spiritual people, so they enjoy this very much.
It was meant to be another memory added to their years of moments.
They travel as often as they can. They just celebrated their 50th anniversary.
This time is far from unforgettable. It's another hurdle in their intertwined life.
My mom has had about 8 back surgeries, and my dad takes great care of her, so I know he's probably right by her side.
Glimpses of horror arise.
Sirens and explosions were happening, and the taxi driver made them get out of the car and take cover under someone's front porch.
Both want to flee, but flights continue canceling.
I'm also just afraid that as things escalate, they might not get out of there for weeks. Every time they call the embassy, they're just given a list of, things to watch out for and things to be careful for. I want direction. I want them to be told, here's what we are doing for you.
While their love for each other brings comfort, the love from above also soothes their uncertainty.
My mother has said several times, God knows where we are. I'm with God's people, and I believe God knows where they are. And I have faith that God's going to bring them home. I would just like him to do it very quickly.
She's also called U.S. Congressman Mike Bost. She does say he's been very helpful. His office also tells me they're currently in contact with Southern Illinoisans who are in Israel right now.
And you can also read the latest on the Israel-Hamas war on KSTK.com. For a link to our stories, just text the word Israel to 314-425-5355.
Now to a developing story in South St. Louis County. Police are investigating a road rage incident. This happened in Fenton. It led to gunshots being fired on the interstate this morning. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live with details from that investigation. Diamond.
Good evening, and I've been working all day to find out information from police, but late this afternoon, police presented this case to prosecutors. Prosecutors refused all charges in the case. Police say this all started around 8 a.m. this morning on Interstate 44 eastbound at Bowles. To put this into perspective, this scene is about a half a mile from the Wally's gas station in Fenton. When county police officers arrived at the scene, they found an injured man in a gray Ford pickup truck. Officers believed he was either shot in the hand or injured by the flying glass. An ambulance took him to the hospital with injuries that are not life-threatening. Police then took a second man into custody not far from the original scene. Police have told us the preliminary investigation shows that the shooting was a result of road rage. Highway Patrol investigators initially believed the incident started because of a crash further west on I-44. But they now say there was no crash and they're unsure what led these two men to get so angry at each other. Again, prosecutors have declined all charges in this case, and we are still working to find out why and what the next steps will be for this case. But reporting live here in Fenton, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
We have calls out to fire investigators in the Metro East about a fire that damaged a strip mall in Cahokia Heights. This is video of the shopping center on Jerome Lane and Falling Springs Road. There's still no word on what caused the fire. We do know there have been no reports of any injuries. A Chicago man is charged after throwing rocks at the home of Governor J.B. Pritzker. State police say he broke 3 windows. Police located the man on video surveillance cameras and took him into custody without incident. Pritzker and his wife were at home at the time. No one was injured.